Welcome to another Teaching Tips Tuesday. My name is Jared Kittleson, Chief Operating Officer at Foundation for Blind Children. Today I'm joined by Nikisha Lewis, who is a certified teacher of the visually impaired, as well as a certified orientation and mobility specialist. She works in our early intervention program, but has also spent time in the classroom and as an itinerant. So she is well versed across the board. Welcome, Nikisha, to Teaching Tips Tuesday.
Hi, glad to be here.
Today we're going to talk about effective communication in instructional setting. Nikisha, in regards to verbal communication, what are the big differences between a student with a visual impairment and their sighted peers?
So for a child who has a visual impairment, a lot of times they miss all those nonverbal communications that we tend to use, like our eye gaze, pointing, all those different gestures that are a part of those non-spoken communications.
So what are some of the common pitfalls of verbal communications that, teachers, parents, et cetera, make with students who have a visual impairment?
So a lot of times, and I know I've also at times fallen into this, is there is a tendency to do things like, we use the hand gestures like, oh, over there, or we point towards something, or we look towards something and make the assumption that even for a child who does have some usable vision, that they are able to catch all those little minute things that we do. And that's not always the case.
So it sounds like there's some habits that we have to break. What is the strategy or strategies that you use to ensure that you have this descriptive communication? How do you work this into your instruction?
So a lot of times what I do is, a lot of it comes from practice and more practice and just making it a part of your everyday language. The other thing is, if I have like a specific thing that I know I want to work on, then I try to make sure to write like a little note or just kind of plan out, those specific terms or positional ideas like under, over, left, right, next to, and that's the kind of language that we need to use a lot of times just to give that clarifying verbal information for our students. So instead of using terms like, oh, the eraser's over there, and thinking that gesture is giving them that additional information, it has to be, oh, the eraser is on my desk next to the stapler. So that very specific, targeted kind of information, because then it's like they can go right to where it is and have a better chance of being successful at what you're asking them to do.
Excellent. So it's just preparation and practice. So whether it be a lesson plan, scripting out, that communication, that's what's going to make the difference.
Yep. Yes. All the difference.
Excellent. Well, thank you for sharing that tip with us today. If you'd like to learn more about effective verbal communication, I'll put Nikisha's contact information in our email. And thank you, Nikisha, for joining us. And thank you for joining us on another Teaching Tips Tuesday.
All right. Have a good rest of your week.
Bye, Nikisha.